Well. Looks like we get a couple of Pokemon videos today. First off, Blissey was announced as coming out, which, memes aside, I don't care about which characters are coming out. I'm always cool with new content coming in and new characters showing up so I can learn new mechanics and how things function. I'm totally cool with Blissey. I'll play it out. I'll do whatever. I don't care. And I can wait for Squirtle. But I will say, and I tweeted this out earlier, my frustrations with the patch notes continue. Oh, gosh, it is so frustrating. There are some other YouTubers that really dig through and give out all this information, and God, thank you so much for those people that do that. Because I, as a variety streamer, play multiple games during the day, and I don't care to dig through every single character and figure out their information. The patch notes need to get this off, and I really hope they adjust that. Okay, rant over. Let's jump into Pokemon Unite patch notes. Okay, so this is hitting on Wednesday at midnight. I will make sure to get a video out within the hour, probably playing the new Blissey. But let's see which characters could be strong this patch. So we have Crustal coming up here. Crustal is strong and annoying, and I've seen good Crustal players in my ranked matches. But I don't mind him getting fine-tuned up. We need to be careful that if Snorlax gets nerfed here, which I believe he is, that we don't have a supreme tank. I want all of the tanks to be interchangeable, or they do different things. Like right now, I think Slowbro's pretty good, can get a slight nerf. I think Snorlax is God tier, and I think Crustal is kind of like the third tank. I would rather play a Wigglytuff over a Crustal, but I know there are Crustal mains out there that love him, so I don't mind seeing this cooldown reduction. I don't mind seeing that damage dealt to opposing Pokemon is increased. I wish I had the actual numbers, but looks like there's some adjustments coming for Crustal, which is good. Don't mind it overall. Garchomp needs some adjustments, preferably in the early game, because he's actually a pretty good hero in the late game. When his heroic comes out, he's kind of similar to Charizard, but more bruiser-based and a little bit more annoying, in my opinion. But I think he's a good bruiser that can be quite good. It's just a matter of like leveling him up and getting that late game. So I'm kind of curious to see where this is going to be going for him. Dragon Rush and Bulldoze have been adjusted and gotten their damage increased. At least Bulldoze here, and Dragon Rush has been reduced on cooldown. So I could see him getting some more play here and there. Will the changes be enough? I don't know. His early stages, again, are a little bit too rough, but maybe the movement speed being changed here, whatever this means. It doesn't even say it's positive or negative. It's just movement speed changed. Arrgh, it's so frustrating. Is he faster? Is he slower? Does he... Give me this information, please. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on Garchomp. I think he's a pretty good hero right now. Not played as often as you would think, but still pretty good. Slowbro, one of my favorite tanks. Surf, duration effects on opposing Pokemon decreased. I'm assuming this is a CC. When they do a knock-up, they get knocked up and then they're slowed, which can be a little annoying to play around and actually ensures that Slowbro hits a couple of procs of his Surf. His Surf is probably one of the strongest abilities and why you want to pick him up, aside from telekinesis and setting up team fights. But Surf allows you to steal minions, allows you to force CC on multiple people and kind of lock them all down in chokes, especially around Zapdos. So I can see the CC being annoying and seeing a nerf there being completely fine. Skull getting buffed is great. It's hard to pick up Scald against Surf. I actually feel like you're throwing the game if you pick Scald over Surf, just because of how much utility is available for Surf. So I don't mind that change. Snorlax, Heavy Slam. Damage dealt to opposing Pokemon decrease, fine. Snorlax does way too much damage. Blocks, duration of effect on opposing Pokemon decrease. I'm wondering if this is like the block into a wall. You'll see a lot of people block people into walls so they can't really retreat or move. And if you're able to slip out or move a little bit earlier, I think you would be able to get around that type of block play. So I think that's a good pickup here for Snorlax. Good little change overall. Flail has been upgraded. It just says move upgrade. Is the move upgrade of Flail changed, or is it... is the damage increase? I don't know what that means. Unite move, power nap, HP restoration, decrease. Okay, he gets like pretty much full health when he sleeps, so I don't mind this change either. Snorlax needs some surgical shots. I feel like this may be a little bit too much overall. Like 3 nerfs is pretty big, right? You have to look at the over package of what you're doing to a character when you slowly whittle them down. I love surgical moves when it comes to any type of MOBA changes just because you want to slightly fine-tune them and not make them useless. But Snorlax is so strong that these changes may have been worth it. Greninja, Smokescreen, move downgrade, cooldown, and lengthen. Okay, Smokescreen is very annoying. Greninja is played right now because he's very good in the jungle. He can farm and get ahead of an experience and be a hyper carry. In fact, I feel like Greninja in lane is kind of bad, and it falls too far behind of any carries that you do put into the jungle. So having a gank at level 5 and him coming down the Smokescreen can be quite deadly, even on your own turn-in point. So I don't mind this change. Make it to where it's still strong, but it can't be as spammable. So good move there. Shuriken and Double Team I actually don't have much insight on. I don't play those. I'm still training out my Greninja, but it looks like the cooldown's been reduced, damage dealt to opposing Pokemon increased, and then cooldown reduced on Double Team as well. Which Double Team might be annoying. It's already annoying to play with as is. I'm assuming there's like some kind of AI tricks I need to study and figure out with that, but right now, Double Team has been something that when it pops, I'm like, ooh, what is that? And I usually just run away from it and then adjust to fight for later. Wigglytuff, Unite Move, Starlight, Recital, Bug Fixes. Is that it going on full cooldown and when he gets stunned? I hope so. Because Wigglytuff, you can build up an entire ultimate or Unite move, and suddenly it just disappears in the middle of a fight, and you don't know why. You have a random Ninetales that hits you with the freeze, or some kind of CC, or a Surf from Slowbro, and it's just gone. So I'm actually kind of glad if that is what the fix is. I think it's good for Wigglytuff. I feel like she's still pretty darn strong, but then again, my 40% win rate on Wigglytuff in ranked tells me differently, so we'll see. Cinderace, basic attack, bug fixes. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what they're fixing, but good for them. Ninetales, Snow Warning, bug fixes, Aurea Veil, bug fixes. This was in the last patch as well. There was Ninetales bug fixes on those, and I don't know what that means. Is damage being reduced? Not hitting the full team correctly? Is it the snow proc and the passive when someone's in a bush? Like, what does that entail? I guess we'll have to find out in the future. Gardevoir, basic attack, bug fixes, psychic bug fixes as well. Gardevoir didn't really feel odd to me. I feel like her attacks are actually quite smooth. I wonder what that is. Psychic sometimes just goes through people and looks weird. I wonder if that's the fix there. But I'm not sure what it could be on the auto attack. I feel really bad because these patch notes are like, I'm not sure what it could be. But at the same time, like, why can't they just fucking tell us, you know? Cramorant, Hurricane, bug fixes. Sometimes the knockout doesn't correctly hit, but I always thought that was a latency issue, so maybe that's that. Wild Pokemon, stat decrease. Button, eject button, stat decreases. What does that mean? That has to be cooldown, right? It has to be. On the eject button? What else are you going to change? It's just a flash. It could be like the range, I guess. Maybe the range is getting nerfed. I know there's like a weird bug, or at least an unintended effect, where you can double flash through walls if they're too wide. So maybe they're trying to fix that. Goal Getter has stat increases. Fluffy Tail stat increases. Ooh, interesting. That might be playable. I think Fluffy Tail's pretty good. The only problem with Fluffy Tail is that if you proc it, everyone, including your opponents, can hit an item as well. So if you are not coordinated with your team, which is really hard to pull off in solo queue ranked, it can be an issue. But I don't mind seeing that buffed up, especially if you intend for people to get better around like Dreadmaw and whatnot. X attack stat increases. Okay, so it looks like some surgical changes here and there. Someone that might be really good is Garchomp, depending on what these changes fully mean. I can see Crustal getting some more play as well. I don't mind the Slowbro adjustment, and Snorlax might finally get tuned down. This might be a bit too much for him. But overall, kind of a light patch. Nothing too aggressive, which I'm fine with. For the most part, I've enjoyed this patch when it comes to Pokemon Unite. Things have flowed quite nicely for me, and we've been able to secure some good games overall with playing different Pokemon. So that's patch notes that I'll be hitting on Wednesday when Blissey comes out. We'll keep an eye on how exactly everything is unfolding, and I'll give you an update in a week. Cool? Sound good? See you guys around. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.